So the call tonight will be recorded. So if you think of anyone who might need to hear what we have to say, you are welcome to reach out to the person who invited you and they can get you the recording. So welcome to our Juice Plus Freedom Revolution event. My name is Angela and I will be hosting the call along with Chloe and Jenna and then a couple other ladies in our community. We are here in order to network with mission-driven people on the topic of family health. Whether you're here for Chloe or Jenna, you've been invited because one of these ladies really respects you and would love for you to know what we are up to. I know it means the world to them that you're taking time out of your evening to tune in, so thank you. This will be relaxed and fun. You won't have to buy anything or sign up for anything. We're just going to share some quick information and some stories. We hope you enjoy listening and perhaps you'll think of someone in your life needing to hear this message. So thanks for coming. And if you would mute yourself, there's a little button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and that will mute you so that we won't pick up any background noise. So to start, I would love to invite Jenna and Chloe on to share with everyone why they're excited to be joining our community. So Chloe, if you'll go first, you can unmute yourself and go ahead and share with us.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, like you've already echoed for me, thank you so much for everybody joining and giving us a few minutes of your time tonight. As everybody knows, health is pretty important to me, being a nurse and a Reiki master and having a lot to do with health and wellness. It's a big passion of mine. Actually, my mom and my sister were having discussions earlier about different health things. It was kind of funny that came up out of nowhere right before this call today or this evening. So I appreciate you giving us the time to share this with you all. Like she said, you don't have to commit to anything. This isn't a, hey, buy my stuff, type story. It's a life-changing situation. I was introduced to this, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I've kind of been in and out of it off and on over the years. But I'm back to it, and it's a big, big difference in how I feel, my energy, just overall healthy feeling. So is there anything else you want me to say?
No, that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
That's
You're welcome.
All right. And then Jenna, if you want to unmute, you can share with us as well.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your time tonight. And this is a totally new journey for me. I'm only a few days in here. And the reason I'm starting this actually is because my dad, who's chimed in on the meeting right now, in light of recent circumstances and learning more about the family history and just things that we are going through right now, I'm interested in what this could do for myself and my family and our overall health. I've looked into a lot of reviews. I've looked into even opposing reviews just to see what kind of things are being said. Sorry, my dog is like a child. She's squeaking. But I'm just excited for what's to come. I think that this is a wholesome, very good group of people that I'm going to start working with, and that the products are worthwhile.
Awesome. Well, thanks, ladies. We are super excited to have you joining our community and can't wait to see where this takes you. So to kick it off, I'd love to ask you all a question. Would you agree that being healthy today can be challenging? And you can just give me a thumbs up if you agree. Yes, of course it is. We all would love to look our best and feel great, but we know that comes with challenges. We know it's our job to try and make this happen, but unfortunately it can be complicated, unpleasant, and even confusing. But that's where we come in. I'd like to introduce you to a movement called the Healthy Living Revolution. Chloe, Jenna, and I, along with thousands of others, are part of a unique community where together we are taking our health back in simple ways that are doable and fun. The goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside families who want better health, meet them where they're at, and empower positive changes along the way. Tonight, we are going to take you through 3 doorways that we use to inspire healthy living around the world. The first is free resources, the second is nutritional support, and the third is the organization that makes it all possible. So to start with the free resources, the team at the Healthy Living Revolution has created a selection of fantastic resources for families to use. We have cookbooks of clean and easy recipes, short webinars on trending health topics, a home fitness series, and our Start Strong program, which is designed to raise up a generation of active, healthy children with a positive body image and good nutritional habits. And all of these resources that I just mentioned are free. So if you want to take a look at these, you can reach out to the person who invited you to this call and they will send you a link. The second way that we are committed to helping others is through nutrition, which is the foundation of good health. We have to flood our bodies with the most important foods we could ever eat, which are raw fruits, veggies, and berries. They are not just good for you, they're absolutely critical. And I don't know if you know this, but we're actually supposed to eat a wide variety of 9 to 13 servings every day. So when you think about it, that's 9 to 13 of your fistfuls of fruits and vegetables. Think about it. How many days in the past week have you gotten 9 to 13 servings of fruits, veggies, and berries? Even the best eaters need help, and that's why we are so thankful to offer the nutritional support of something called Juice Plus. And so you might be asking, what is Juice Plus? And you can see in this image here are 3 different blends. So Juice Plus is over 30 different raw, vine-ripened whole foods. It is non-GMO and NSF certified to be pure. I love to call it a salad in a capsule. It's important to understand the process that the plants go through to be encapsulated or put into chewable form. First of all, our fruits, veggies, and berries are completely vine ripened. Sorry, that's my my text messages going off, trying to silence it. First of all, our fruits, veggies, and berries are completely vine ripened. They remain attached to the plant until the nutrition is fully developed, which is very different than the produce you find in the grocery stores that's maybe been shipped from Mexico or California, and it wasn't picked at vine ripeness, and it's taken, a week or so to get to the grocery store and then to get into your house. The fruits and veggies are then ground up, which is better than simply juicing. We use the entire whole food, including the peels, the leaves, and the seeds, whenever possible, which provides much more nutrition. I don't know if you know this, but in an orange, for example, up to 80% of the vitamin C is actually found in the peel. And I don't know about you, but I'm not eating orange peels very often. So it's then slowly dried at low temperatures, which preserves the live nutrients. And then it's put into capsules or chewables for kids. Here's what I love about Juice Plus. It's scientifically proven. So Juice Plus is actually the most researched nutritional product in the world, with 38 published studies in peer-reviewed medical journals, with several more on the way in the near future. It's food, not a vitamin, so it actually has a food label on it, not a supplement label. It's the same label that you would see on a bag of frozen broccoli in the grocery store. The government considers it food. There's also no warning label, making it safe for people of all ages, pregnant and nursing mothers, children, elderly, and even professional athletes. So along with the Juice Plus fruit, veggie, and berry capsules, we have a few other products that I think are really exciting. Our Juice Plus Omega Blend, which you can see here, is in the orange bottle. is made from 6 plant sources, which make it both sustainable and safe. They contain the full spectrum of naturally occurring omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 oils, and are encapsulated using brand new low temperature technology, so none of the delicate oils in the capsules are damaged. So our omega is completely plant-based. And before taking this omega, I didn't realize that the omegas actually come from the algae, not from the fish. So when you're taking fish oil, the fish has eaten the algae and then therefore gotten the omegas. But we like to say we skip the middle fish and go straight to the plant. And then we have our chocolate and vanilla complete, which is vegan, gluten-free, whole food, protein, fiber, amino acids, fruits, and veggies in a shake. It's great as a quick breakfast, a post-workout recovery, or a healthy snack. And you can even turn it into fun treats like protein balls or edible cookie dough or pancakes, those sorts of things. And then we also have the Juice Plus Complete Bars and the Tower Garden, which are other excellent ways that we help people add more whole food to their diet as well. And you can see our aeroponic Tower Garden there. There's a picture of that. I'm really excited because I actually just ordered mine. So I'm going to be making salads, growing them in my house, which I'm excited about. We also have a 4-month program with a 10-day jumpstart called the Shred 10. And this helps people jumpstart their health in a really fun and supportive community. You can do the 10-day jumpstart just once, but many people love doing it on a monthly basis. And it's really changed a lot of people's health. You can check out the Shred 10, check out shred10.com to learn more. It's for people who want to jump in and take control of their health and get results fast. Now we are going to hear some stories about what Juice Plus has done in people's lives. So, Bree, I'd like for you to hop in here first and share with us why you decided to join this mission and what it has done for you so far.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Brianna Torrigiano, and I currently live in Tennessee. My background is mainly in healthcare, but I was in the military for 9 years, and I worked as a RN in the military, registered nurse, among other things. About 1.5 years ago, I left the military to get married and become a stepmom. I moved to a new city and started a new job. I was introduced to Juice Plus by a friend about 7 months ago. At the time, I was already on my second full-time job in the civilian world, which I'm not necessarily proud of, but while I was in the military, I was deployed to Afghanistan, and when I came home from that deployment, I struggled tremendously with post-traumatic stress disorder, so much so that at times I had actually considered committing suicide. I felt like my life was out of control, and I felt like while I was in the military, I had seen the absolute worst in humanity, and it caused me to have nightmares, flashbacks, difficulty being in public places because I felt like I couldn't trust anyone, and the list goes on and on. I never dealt with my post-traumatic stress disorder because in the military, it's not really an okay thing to do, and I thought that mine wasn't nearly as bad as everyone else's. It got to the point with the PTSD where I ended up having severe depression and anxiety, as well as panic attacks. When a friend introduced me to the Juice Plus, I felt like I couldn't deal with one more thing in my life. I wasn't able to get to work on time, and because of my depression and anxiety, I could only work about 4 hours a day, so I'd go in late and have to leave early. In March of 2019, I ended up losing my job because of my inability to get to work. I felt like a failure because I couldn't help provide for my family, and I couldn't function like what I felt was a normal adult. I also felt like I was letting people down, but mostly I just felt so incredibly alone in all of my struggles. Losing my job was actually perfect timing and a huge blessing because it forced me to start taking care of myself. I started going to counseling and I was put on some medication by my psychiatrist. But I really believe in holistic care and knew I didn't want to be on medication forever. I just wanted something to start helping me dig out of the hole. Holistic care is important to me because I feel in the medical world, we so often put Band-Aids on people and problems and we never actually fix them. I also felt like I never caught a person in time to prevent an issue, but with Juice Plus, it is all about prevention or reparation. I started talking to this friend who introduced me to Juice Plus again, and she told me how Juice Plus is huge for mental health. In May, a little over a month ago, I decided to join the business and start taking Juice Plus. I'm already loving the results, knowing that I'm taking care of myself in a healthier way. I love the science behind Juice Plus and knowing that I am helping prevent potential future health issues, especially because my dad is a diabetic and my mom had breast cancer. There have only been 2 times in my entire life where I felt that I was living out my purpose completely. The first when I was in Afghanistan, and the second was once I joined the Juice Plus business. I get so excited to work now. Working from home has helped me tremendously as I never felt like I fit into the civilian world. I want to make Juice Plus my permanent full-time job where I can help provide for my family, but also enjoy traveling and spending time with my family.
That's awesome, Bree. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for being vulnerable and just real with all of us. That was just really awesome. So I'm going to share with you guys my story, my product story, and just how Juice Plus has impacted my health. So most of my life, I've experienced different forms of joint and muscle pain, whether it was my back or my shoulder. Whatever it was, I always just kind of played it off as being a result of my level of activity because I've always been, fairly active. Well, in January of last year, I started experiencing some really serious low back pain, and I knew that I needed to do something about it. So I went through several different doctors and chiropractors and had physical therapy and acupuncture and injections, and the list goes on. But nothing ever helped, and no one could tell me conclusively what was wrong with me. So over last summer, I felt led to try an anti-inflammatory diet. And when I did, I started feeling relief immediately. And this just really blew me away and opened my eyes to the importance of nutrition. And so at that point, that's when I came upon the Juice Plus company. I had a friend who had been sharing it, and I just wanted to learn more about it. So I started consuming the product right away, and I also joined the business so that I could offset my cost. And the more that I have learned about this product and just been a part of this community, the more I've realized the importance of it. And it just makes me super passionate about wanting to share it with people. I've always eaten fairly healthy, but getting the nutrients from a variety of 30 fruits and vegetables every single day is just not something that I could have accomplished otherwise. Another benefit that I've experienced firsthand is the immune boosting results. So I'm a teacher, and in the past, I've gotten super sick multiple times a year. But this past year on Juice Plus was a completely different story. I never got my normal sinus infection. I never went to the doctor, didn't have to get on any antibiotics. And that was truly a miracle in my life. I honestly believe that God brought Juice Plus into my life, and I'm forever grateful for that. So that is my story. And I'm going to continue on with the information about the business community. So the main mission of the Juice Plus company is to bring families together just to learn more about how to improve your health. But it's important to know that about 80% of Juice Plus is used by happy customers who have no affiliation with the company. And serving these customers are those of us who have partnered with the Juice Plus company as a business opportunity. We are paid well to do a lot of good. So as you listen to our stories, perhaps you'll think of someone in your life who may need to hear what's possible. First, let's address 2 common questions about the Juice Plus company. First of all, how does it work? So the business is open to anyone 18 years or older, and it's called a virtual franchise. It's $50 a year to own. Representatives have an online office and personal website and run their business from any device, anytime, and anywhere. So one thing that's been really great for me as a teacher, I've been off this summer, and I've been just, we've been traveling to different beaches because we like to take advantage of, the fact that we can travel. And I just take my laptop with me and I can work from there. It's like a dream come true. You also earn residual income by simply sharing Juice Plus by word of mouth, and the company does the rest. So they deliver, they bill, they collect from customers, and then they pay us by direct deposit monthly. There's no inventory to keep. The only Juice Plus that we touch is our own. All commission levels are permanent. There are no quotas or minimums, and you have the freedom to choose your individual pace. So if you want to do it part-time and work, a couple hours a week, if you want to do it full-time, and still work part-time hours, because that's kind of just the beauty of this business is even when you're being paid a full-time income, you're still only working part-time hours. And then there's no glass ceiling on income or territorial restrictions. We're even in over 20 countries. So what's so great about the Juice Plus company? Well, it was formed nearly 50 years ago by our president and founder, Jay Martin, who is still at the helm today, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. What companies actually have the same leader today that they had 50 years ago? We are a privately held multi-billion-dollar company. And then at the top commission level of the company, you actually receive a full family benefits package. So that includes medical, dental, disability, life, long-term care, chiropractic, and prescriptions, along with college assistance, holiday bonuses, and monthly expense allowances. The business can provide short-term cash or be a long-term wealth building and retirement strategy. Oh, and by the way, not only does the Juice Plus company inspire healthy living, but healthy giving as well. So we've impacted over 1 million families so far with free Juice Plus for children through our family health study. And what that is with an adult purchase, you can sponsor any child. So any adult can sponsor any child out there to get their product for free, which is really amazing. We're also the title sponsor of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend and highly involved in the Boys and Girls Club and the Volunteers of America. So now our last guest speaker is going to hop on, and we are going to hear a story from Lauren Sanchez.
Hello, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for inviting me on to share tonight. Some of you all had me in tears. Whew. So I'm Lauren Sanchez. I live in Orlando, Florida. I may have my boys walk in at any point, so just full disclosure, I am single momming it tonight while my husband works. So I'm a mom of 2 boys, ages 3 and 5. And for us, our journey started, I guess, almost 6 years ago now. I was actually pregnant at the time, and my husband and I had gone through some big tragedies in our life. So at the time, we were not even 30 yet. And our first few years of our marriage, my husband before we got married, he lost his mom to cancer at age 50. I lost my dad to mental illness at 45, and addiction. And then we lost my father-in-law a month before we found out we were pregnant. He had been diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder for about a year and had a really bad reaction to some of the drugs. And one day his heart just stopped. It was totally unexpected and just kind of really blew our minds. Like most people, when they find out that they're expecting happy news like that, get really excited. And while we were, it was really overshadowed by all the loss that we'd had and not being able to call all of our parents, especially my husband, not even having either of his parents left, and pretty much everyone else in his family had passed of cancer. It was just really hard for us, Thankfully, my mom's still around, but she has some intense autoimmune disorders that she's had since around the time I actually started this journey, where she's almost legally blind now. So it's crazy how your brain really starts to work differently when you have other people that you're caring for, or when you go through a health crisis of your own. So that's really where our story began. We sought out a holistic pediatrician, believe it or not. And he was talking about diet with me, which quite frankly really frustrated me. Now I know a little differently, but he was initially the one that introduced Juice Plus to me. And he was a pediatrician for over 40 years and had implemented it in his practice for 20. And the results that he shared with me about it were just outstanding. Like, he would say that the kids that took Juice Plus were never sick, whereas the kids that weren't came in constantly, just with illness after illness. So my story started with me taking it when my first son was born, and I honestly had zero expectations. I just knew that it would help my kids be healthy, and with our history, that's all that mattered to me. I didn't know about the clinical research at the time. And when we learned about that kind of changed everything. But I had struggled with recurrent ovarian cysts, irritable bowel syndrome. I had allergy injections for 17 years, and those disappeared. I had struggled with fatigue. I've had some autoimmune issues in the past. I used to get recurrent cold sores, giant ones on my lip that were just so painful. And then my husband had some strange skin issues that popped up all over his body, and with his dad's history, that scared us. So that started to go away. And the health of our kids is really fascinated me, because the longer they've stayed on Juice Plus, they have now only had like stuffy noses and stuff. In the last 2 years, they've not missed a single day of school or been sick, in that way. So I feel like that's a huge win as a mom, because it can be super stressful when you have kids that are sick. So speaking about the clinical research, once we learned about that, which I hate to admit it, you all on this call are super lucky, because we didn't learn that until about 4 years after we were taking the product. And that just really blew my mind, especially with my husband's family history of cancer. The research shows that over the course of 2 months, based on one of the studies, that over 1,600 genes in the group that they studied bodies changed to be more healthy after only 8 weeks of taking it. And my husband was like, oh my gosh, I really need to make sure I'm taking this consistently. Because at first I would say he wasn't as consistent with it, but once he learned that, things changed. So we'll fast forward now to 5 years later. This business has done more for me than I would ever have expected. And like many people on the call tonight, the only reason I joined was to offset the cost of our product, because my husband got laid off, which is an unfortunate reality for a lot of us nowadays with businesses. They don't have a lot of loyalty, and things are just constantly shifting and changing in the world we live in. And so what set out as only an opportunity to offset the cost, so that we could keep taking it, has turned into so much more. We, within 6 months, reached the top position level of the company just by sharing word of mouth with people about this incredible product. So many people are looking for something like this nowadays, because people are more educated than they used to be. And within that 6 months, we were paying our mortgage every month, which was huge, because we didn't need the money. I was working full time. My husband, he rebounded very quickly after getting laid off. Like, he had a job within 2 weeks. But this became like our spending fund, money for retirement and all that kind of thing. And I think the coolest thing is that every dollar that we make, we know is helping people in their health, which when we don't have our health, we don't have anything, and for those of you that have experienced crisis or watched people, or maybe you're in that time in your life right now, really doing something that's prevention is huge. So, I'll just close it out by saying thank you so much for letting me share. And all the stories you're hearing tonight are like the lifeblood of this community, and it's what keeps me going. The community has changed my life. I've made best friends in other states that I never would have met otherwise. And, you know, they have changed my life in some pretty incredible ways. So thank you for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for sharing, Lauren. I just love the part of your story where a pediatrician recommended it to you. And I honestly believe that times are changing right now, and more doctors are going to be prescribing this in the future. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, there are a ton of doctors that prescribe, you know, this product, but they're generally ones that are a little bit more open-minded, you know, to other approaches. So
yeah, it's wonderful. So to wrap it up, I want to thank you again for joining us. And I want to let you know that we are excited to network with two types of people. So the first is people who are ready to take the next step in their health, whether it's to check out our free resources or to make life easier by adding Juice Plus. It only costs a few dollars a day. Kids can get it for free. And you get massive amounts of nutrition into your body. And then the second is anyone wanting to earn stable residual income in order to expand their options while making a difference. The Freedom Revolution gives parents the financial peace of mind to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. It gives hardworking professionals the choice to build their own dreams instead of someone else's. And it can give college kids a side gig to help pay for their school without having to get a job. This all takes place using a simple system within a positive, fun community we like to call the Juice Plus family. Maybe you could ask yourself, who do I know who needs to hear about this? What if Juice Plus could help them? If you do think of someone, we would love to invite them to an event like this. After we're done, whoever invited you to this call will connect with you to share our Healthy Living Revolution website link and to touch base about what might have resonated with you tonight the most. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And if you want, you can unmute yourself and we can all say goodbye.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you for everybody who shared
Thank
and who
you.
came on the call tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.